Hi, and welcome to another Great Scott reaction. I'm Josh,
Julio.
and this is the one I'm like most excited for. Like of all the trailer reactions we've done, careful with that. You've only got so much cord length. Um, of all the trailer reactions we've done, this is probably the one I'm the most excited for. As just saying to Julio, Obi-Wan Kenobi has been my favorite character in Star Wars forever. I just thought he was so cool in the original trilogy. I don't know why. I've gone back and rewatched it. He doesn't do anything too major, but he is Luke's guide. Everybody gives Luke so much love, but I'd like them to remember that Luke wouldn't have gotten where he was without Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, he gave him a little shove.
Yeah, I mean,
Most of his training came from Master Yoda.
most of his training came from Master Yoda, but if Obi-Wan wasn't there to like hand him the lightsaber and get him interested.
This fills that gap of like, well, what was he doing?
Yeah.
So,
And that's something I've given a lot of thought to over the years is what like because especially after we saw in the one prequel movie where he literally hands Luke off to
Owen and Beru.
Owen and Beru, yeah. um, Luke's like maybe a month old at that stage, maybe, right?
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
So he doesn't re-engage with Luke until Luke is like what, 18, 19 years old.
Who knows?
So I've often wondered, what was he doing all that time? He's not living on like the most populous of planets. He's not, it's not Coruscant. He can't go and fill his time with, a bunch of different activities on
No,
this
in
dust planet.
this he's doing what Master Yoda was doing: meditation,
That's amazing to me. Like if he just spent 19 years just like freaking meditating, like that's
learning how to become a Force ghost.
yeah, I suppose, but I don't know. I feel like there's more to it. I mean, obviously this is
Because
going to
like
show us what there is.
you get at the end of Episode 3,
Yeah.
where Yoda's like, training for you,
Yeah, because Qui-Gon had found a way to communicate through
the Force.
The Force.
Yeah.
And Yoda wanted to teach Obi-Wan how to commune with him, and so I assume that we might see some of that. I really, if they can just bring back Qui-Gon for like a cameo or something,
even if it's just audio. It doesn't have to be.
I
We don't
love
have to
that.
have CGI.
I would love it so much.
We can just hear ripples of the Force.
I will say, as much as I love Obi-Wan Kenobi, I read an extremely convincing argument that Qui-Gon Jinn is the most important character of Star Wars.
I don't know about that.
So the article, I won't go super deep, but the article basically says if Qui-Gon survived the fight with Maul, right?
Yeah.
Anakin would have received his training from Qui-Gon, not from Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon was more of a father figure to him than Obi-Wan was. Obi-Wan's more like a brother figure. And
Sure.
One thing for Anakin is he didn't really have parents through most of his life
No.
because he got separated from his mom, and then he spent all these years with basically a brother figure and instead of a father figure. Where if he had spent time with Qui-Gon, he likely would have turned out very different than how he did turn out with Obi-Wan.
Oh, absolutely.
And so then
All those emotions would have been unchecked, but the entire future would have been completely different.
So it's extremely likely he would not have become Darth Vader.
I don't know how gifted he was, especially with like the Chancellor and stuff like that. But even Qui-Gon was, what did he say? What was the quote? I can't think right now. Brain fart. Anyways, moving on.
But yeah, I mean, so I don't know that I 100% agree with it, but I will say like it's a very convincing argument because if he had parents, it is conceivable that he would not have even engaged in a relationship with Padme.
True.
And if he doesn't have the relationship with Padme, he almost definitely doesn't become Darth Vader. Because he only chooses that life because Palpatine is promising him that he can save her. If there's no her, there's no need.
Yeah, but Anakin falls in love with Padme when he's 9 years old. So, like...
It's true, but he goes a lot of years between when he fell in love with her at 9 years old to when he sees her next.
Yeah. Because it's going to be completely different. Like, we're reorganizing the entire timeline into something completely different when it's... So...
I just think, like, in that time, he would have learned a lot different lessons from Qui-Gon than he would have learned from Obi-Wan.
Most likely.
So when they came back and they saw...
Unless Anakin is the fixed time point, and that he has to. All those things have to happen. Because then if those certain things didn't happen to Anakin, those certain things wouldn't happen to Ahsoka. Luke and Leia wouldn't be born. Like it changed. There's so many different fluctuations, and I feel like sometimes to see that shift in the Force, that there may be fixed points that can't be modified.
That's true.
Right? But I mean, who knows? Who knows?
But yeah, anyways,
let's get this trailer, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna get into this trailer, and we've been waiting all day to see it, and so yeah, we'll get into it and we'll chat some more after.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's do this.
Tatooine, obviously.
The fight is done.
Oh.
We lost.
I'm loving the Anakin Obi-Wan fight music here. Oh, there he is.
Ha!
Stay hidden.
Oh my
Duel
god.
of the Fates. Oh my god, yes.
That's amazing.
To hunting Jedi.
Ooh, that's an
Is
Inquisitor.
patience. Jedi cannot help what they are. Their compassion leaves a trail.
There's Owen.
The Jedi code is like an itch. You cannot help it. Where is he?
That looked like Coruscant. The Rebellion.
Okay then.
Okay.
Do we play again?
Yeah, let's go one more time. One
It's
more.
pretty short, so we're gonna play again real quick.
Una mas. Now let's get some fine tuning here.
The fight is done.
Who do you think he's talking to?
Hmm?
Who do you think he's talking to?
We lost.
Qui-Gon?
We lost.
We.
We lost. The fight's done. We lost.
Yoda, maybe? Or Qui-Gon?
Stay hidden.
I question his assessment that they lost, though. They're not dead.
No, they didn't lose.
This ship looks cool.
Yeah, that's an Inquisitor ship.
That's what I thought they were, Inquisitors. I know, like, nothing about them.
Is patience.
Yeah, the Inquisitors are the Jedi Hunters.
Jedi cannot help what they are.
This guy's speech is so kind of true, though.
Their compassion leaves a trail. The Jedi code is like an itch. He cannot help it. Where is he?
I don't know that you really want to find him, bro. Obi-Wan's not your regular Jedi.
Seeds of the Rebellion.
Okay. That
It's
looks
just a teaser.
that looks
this
really
is
really
just
good
the
though.
teaser.
That looks really really good.
It's just the tip, bro.
You had to, hey? Okay.
Okay. All right.
So
Initial thoughts.
yeah. Let me just put this down somewhere. And I guess my mouse is going down there. All right. First of all, I love that Inquisitor speech about the Jedi. I consider myself a fan of the Jedi. You guys will learn very quickly in these videos that Hulio is the opposite.
It says Darth Chaos right here.
He subscribes to the Sith. I don't know why you like to cheer for the losing team, but okay, you do you, man.
Losing, winning, Win, lose. I mean, it goes back and forth. It's just the dark side has
There's
more
been-
fun
there-
because we
there's
have
been
cookies.
some moments. No, so my initial thoughts is that looks really, really good. I think so. I know one thing about this series, and that is, and we hear it at the end, and that is that Darth Vader is in this one. Hayden Christensen is back.
Oh yeah, we've seen the rumors. We've seen everything.
What I have heard or read or whatever you want to say there, is that Obi-Wan will fight Darth Vader one more time during the course of this series. Now, it may not be this season, but it will be in this series. So what that tells me is that these Inquisitor peoples, one by one, are going to get taken down by Obi-Wan.
Not necessarily.
Because there's only really one good reason for Darth Vader to have to step into this thing. And that's if his Inquisitors have failed to...
Or if their Inquisitors have found Obi-Wan.
But aren't they... So, okay, so you said when we were chatting before the video here that they are Jedi hunters.
Yes.
So...
They are Force users. Like, they are basically Jedis that were turned to the dark side.
Okay.
And are used as servants of Sidious to go throughout the galaxy, find Jedi, and kill them.
So would they... Okay, yeah, so that's what I'm wondering, though, is would they not then try to kill Obi-Wan? Because, like, it sounds like, are you... It sounds more like you're saying that they would be, like, reporting to Vader, okay, we found him, come get him.
Oh no, there'd be communication back. Like, there's no way that anyone would slay Obi-Wan Kenobi. I feel like that would be something that they would report back to the Emperor or Darth Vader.
So now...
I don't think the Inquisitor are gonna be like, you'd be like, oh, what Jedi? Who? What? Where? What? Because they showcase different planets. So I don't think Obi-Wan ever leaves Tatooine.
That's the next thing I was gonna say, though. Is I think he's going to.
Because he's there to watch the kid.
I think he's gonna leave, though. You know why? Because if he is gonna fight Vader, it's not gonna be on Tatooine. Because otherwise, if they fight on Tatooine, that means Vader knows where he's living. So
you'd be like, why would you come to Tatooine?
So then,
why
yeah.
of all the places in the galaxy would you come here?
And he would be able to use his abilities to potentially sense Luke. You know.
But he doesn't even know if... in all accounts, Vader believes that his children died and are buried with Padme on Naboo.
It's true, but he may not sense that it's his kid. He just might sense that there's a Force, sensitive being.
If Luke has even used the Force at all.
It's true, but...
Because they don't... Vader doesn't go planet to planet trying to,
but
feel ripples in the Force.
But
he's too focused on trying to heal himself. Because he's being tortured.
But let me point out that Qui-Gon didn't see or feel, or didn't Anakin use the Force when he was a kid. He just kind of sensed it. He saw, he heard things about Anakin that made him start to suspect that there might be something there. But I felt like he sensed something there with
Not
Anakin.
at all.
No?
No.
Okay.
No,
I need to rewatch
it
that.
was when he was asking. It was in in episode 1 when he's talking to the mother, because he's like, "Who's his father?" And she's like, "There was no father." And he's like, "Wait, what?" She's like,
Right.
I grew him, I birthed him, I raised him. Like, there was no father."
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so my prediction here is going to be that he's going to fight Vader, but he's not going to do it on Tatooine. Because if he does it on Tatooine, it doesn't make sense why Vader wouldn't just come back with a larger army if Obi-Wan does in fact beat him in the fight.
Mustafar round 2.
Well, exactly, right? Like, so, like, if Obi-Wan beats him in this fight that's going to happen in this series.
I also want to make sure that Vader doesn't raise his arms, because he is not capable, according to Vader's... I've been doing deep dives on the way his suit is designed and whatnot.
Right.
He's not able to lift his hands any higher than this. His suit is designed to limit his... Like, he can move all the way around like this, but he cannot lift his arm straight up.
Really?
Yeah. Because of all the Durasteel components of his suit, his range is limited, but he can still fight, but not to the same accounts.
Which should mean that Obi-Wan would have a pretty good advantage on him, because when he didn't have limitations on his range of movement, they were still pretty even.
Yep.
in terms of fighting. Oh, Anakin might have the Force edge on him.
And also, in the later on episodes of Rebels, you see him change. They have Obi-Wan, but they have him change his stance to go from his Obi-Wan two-finger stance
Right.
to the Qui-Gon stance.
Yeah, doesn't he do
Because
that
he
in one of
goes
the
because
movies too?
because no, not in the movies. They only have it in Rebels. Because he's always like got the whole where he's holding the blade and he got the two fingers out, right?
No, I want to say that I think he does the Qui-Gon stance in episode 3 when they fight Dooku.
Nope. Because he doesn't even get that far. Because like, we'll take him together, and then boom.
One moment, please. I feel really, really strongly about this one. But if you were right, then it just proves why he's here, because I don't know nearly as much about Star Wars as Julio does. So I will not be surprised entirely if I'm wrong on this one, but How I Met Your Father is on this one. All right, then. Okay. Episode 3. Restart, please.
Are you gonna find the dual scene?
Yeah.
Because his
It should be right
stance
at
and
the beginning.
Anakin's stance are matching because Anakin copies Obi-Wan's stance.
It should be right in the beginning here. So they have the talk, and we will do it together. Anakin's like, I was just about to say that.
Those are our speciality. Doing not make a mess in front of the Chancellor. I can't quote this movie line for line. I don't know what you're talking about.
See? Proof.
Go back.
Once in a while, I do know what I'm talking about.
No. That's not the stance. No. The stance I'm talking about is the actual Qui-Gon stance. It's a sword technique. Trust me. Let me get my receipts. Let me get my receipts.
Give me a picture to look at here, and if you can text it over to me, maybe I'll put it on the on the video here so that people can see what you were talking about here. But yeah, on the trailer that we watched, I think the series is going to be a lot of fun. I'm very keenly interested in what Obi-Wan's been doing all these years. Meditating makes some sense, but I gotta think he's doing more than meditating, because they wouldn't be giving us a show if all he was gonna do was meditate on the show, right? So I'm very interested in that. I'm very interested in Hayden Christensen making a return to Star Wars, because I think like he gets a little bit too much heat for his role in the prequel series. I think at times definitely the writing wasn't great for him, or maybe he wasn't great either, but I think at times he was also really good. I think his conversion to the Sith in the third movie was quite a thing to see. The character arc that he has in that movie is so good, and in terms of going from being like really good in the beginning of this movie to going to like the complete opposite within the course of a movie, kind of thing. You can make an argument that maybe they should have done that over more than one movie. And they kind of sort of did a little bit, but now we're going to see him not needing to make that leap. He's Darth Vader now. He's been doing the Darth Vader thing for I think they said this is like 10 years after the events of Revenge of the Sith. So if that's the case, then...
Well, yeah, because, I mean, Luke looks like...
like a 10-year-old or so. Yeah. So if that's been the case, then he's been Vader for 10 years now. So he's not new to it. In terms of like, you're talking about the range of movements, like that's not new to him. How much lightsaber fighting he's really been doing over the 10 years, though, that's questionable. Because they killed most of the Jedi with Order 66, right? So like, how many has he had to really fight since that happened.
True.
And the ones that he may have had to fight are probably not anywhere close to like Obi-Wan's level. I don't know enough about Ahsoka to know if he kills her eventually.
Nope.
No? Okay, good. You still having trouble finding a picture of this?
No. Okay, so his form is form 4. So
Okay.
when Qui-Gon's stance is the Ataru form. So what happens is that he switches from his Ataru form in Phantom Menace, which is what Qui-Gon was using.
Wait, are you talking about Obi-Wan or are you talking about Qui-Gon?
Both.
Okay.
So Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan initially both used the what's it called?
So is this what you're talking about right here? Where he's kind of got it like centered like this?
Yeah. So Qui-Gon's stance is back.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
Is that how he goes the final battle between Obi-Wan and Maul on Tatooine at the end of Star Wars Rebels. Spoiler alert, it's been out for a while. I don't care.
Do it.
The stance, he starts off with this and then goes and you see it shift. It was where, because he's out like this and he's holding it, and then he goes like this and pulls it back and assumes the alternative stance.
I do remember Obi-Wan using that stance a fair bit, yeah.
So when it shifts from a, because the original stance is used for blaster deflection,
Right.
whereas the other stance is used for combat.
I'm
Like-
just wondering if
like-
we were going to see it right here. Because this is the final battle with Maul.
Yes.
Oh, we're a little bit too far, I guess.
Yeah, go to where they're like where they first pull out their lightsabers, because that's where you'll see their
Yeah,
the
that's,
stance.
that's where I thought I was.
Is it buffering?
I don't know what...
Come on, Disney.
I don't know what Disney's doing here.
It's Herp Durban.
Disney's
Well,
having some-
we're at 22 minutes. Did you want to discuss anything else?
Not here. We have, I shouldn't say we. Julio has a podcast.
Starting. I'm still in the early planning stages, but what we're looking at doing is moving our longer conversations. Just because I know you want to keep your videos a little bit shorter.
Yeah, I don't want to
That
run
I
them
think
too long.
something where we can have like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and we can just sit and chat and stuff like that. Then we can kind of take a few things from talking about here and pull it apart more.
Absolutely. So we are going to get that going soon, I hope. And if we do, we'll post the link to it on this video in its bio.
Yeah. Link below when it's there.
Please join us. If you do listen to the podcast or you watch this video, please feel free to comment below. We'd love to hear what your thoughts are on what we've been talking about here today. If you have a different theory on what might happen, please feel free to throw it in there. I'll do my best to go in and comment on them. And otherwise, thanks for being with us for this one. We're both really excited for the movie, and we're
Show.
Right. I'm staring at still for a movie here, kind of thing. But thanks for being with us here. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys next time on whatever trailer decides to drop out of nowhere next time.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it's what's coming next? What would be next? I don't know.
I think we're more likely to see
Thor, Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was not planned. By the way. All right. Thanks for being with us, guys. Please like the video if you will. Subscribe, please. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thanks. Peace.
Bye, guys.